Alright, boys, what's up? Welcome to today's video. We've got my John Connor Cuff MMA's top 15 UFC fighters of all time. My kind of credentials, you feel? We've I'm thinking of resume, I'm thinking of quality of wins, I'm thinking of losses, and the way I'm counting the losses is like losing early on, like for example, Charles Oliveira, who is on this list. He had a lot of losses early on in his career, but in a different division. They were before he was fully developed, and those were before he was almost really before they were in his prime. He was in his prime. But I'm just here to tell you guys about my top 15 UFC fighters. You understand the credentials and whatnot. So let's get going. First off, we've got, what do you know, Charles Oliveira. Like I just said, I love Charles Oliveira. Do not get me wrong. I love Charles Oliveira just as much as the next guy, but you got to think about those early on losses and his more recent losses. Islam, Ilya. You got to think about those, man. They're not just there. They're not just like, for those of you that don't know, Charles Oliveira had a trilogy with Nick Lentz. I think that's his name. I hope that's his name. Otherwise, I'm going to look like an idiot. But Charles Oliveira is like top 3 lightweights of all time. But right now, I think he's number 15 because of the losses to Islam and Ilya and Armin. And yes, he just beat Max. He just beat Gamrot. He beat Michael Chandler. But like, come on, man. Those aren't the Max win and the Gamrot win. Specifically, the way he won the Gamrot fight was really great to me because Gamrot's never been submitted, never been finished. And Charles was the first guy to do it. So that's what was really cool to me. And yeah, I mean, could he be higher? Yes, he could. But I think if he defends the BMF title against like Benoit or like wins a rematch with Armin or Lord knows, maybe he's improved so much that he can beat Ilya. But we'll have to wait a little while to see. Moving on. Number 14, Anderson Silva. Might be even more mad about this than Charles Oliveira because, oh, his win streak. He went on a 17-fight win streak. 16-fight win streak, whatever it was. Yeah, but against who? Against freaking Chris Lieben and Damian Maia was good. And like Forrest Griffin and just a bunch of losers, man. Just a bunch of freaking milkmen and plumbers and whoever, like dudes that just needed a paycheck. Like Anderson Silva is a great striker. A great striker. He's awesome. He's cool, fun to watch, hands down, yeah. But like then he lost to Chris Weidman, then he broke his leg, then he lost he beat Chael. Wait. The second fight with Chael was post title loss. But beat Chael, then he lost to DC, he lost to Izzy. Wait, sorry, Uriah Hall. Not Uriah Faber. He wouldn't be on this list if he lost to Uriah Faber. But Uriah Hall, Jared Cannonier, like he went on like a 6-fight losing streak after he lost the belt, maybe 7. He had a no contest with Nick Diaz, and like his wins are just severely overrated. His resume is overrated. And not even overrated. It's just not that good. If you catch my drift. But number 14 is where he's staying. Moving on. Stiopich. We got Stiopich in the building. Yeah, Stipe Miocic. The greatest heavyweight of all time. As of right now. He has the most title defenses. He has the most title wins. He's a dog. He's a firefighter. That's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, he's a firefighter. He beat up DC twice. Poked him in the eyes a lot, but that's not part of the equation. That's not part of my criteria. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Criteria. But anyways, yeah, Stiopich, my boy. He beat Ngannou, he's the only guy in the UFC. Wait, sorry, one of two, Derek Lewis, to beat Ngannou in the UFC, and then he got slept by DC. Wait, he got slept by DC. Then he beat DC twice. Then he lost to Ngannou terribly. And like I don't really count the Jones loss because he was 42. He was out for like 5 or 6 years. He just wasn't himself, right? And he honestly he didn't win a round, but he didn't do bad against Jones. Like, if you know what I mean, like a war back and forth, but he was piecing up John Jones in at points. But yeah, Stiopich beat Overeem, beat Verdun, he beat DC. He's just got a great resume, man. And Stiopich is 13 because he's heavyweight. It's a lot less skillful than the lighter weight classes. But yeah, moving on to number 12, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, the notorious, just got announced that he's fighting Max Holloway, which I would love to make a video about. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see that. It's great, man. He's great. He's probably going to go down as the most influential and famous and crowd drawing UFC fighter of all time. I think he has been, and never won't be. He's very influential. He's a disgusting striker. Like whether you want to or talk about the Dustin Poirier loss all you want. He was whooping up on Poirier at points. He has probably the most skillful performance of all time against Eddie Alvarez, where he just pieced him up for 3 rounds and then knocked him out like effortlessly. Like, oh my gosh, he's the 13-second of Jose Aldo, 13-second knockout of Jose Aldo, fastest title fight knockout of all time. The trash talk on this guy is insane, like for real. And he has the wins over Mendez. He has the losses to the people like Khabib and Poirier, but I don't count the third Poirier loss because it was a leg kick. It was a break. I wouldn't count that against Silva. I wouldn't count it against Weidman. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, man. Conor McGregor beat up Chad Mendez, beat up Dustin Poirier, beat up Max Holloway at a younger age. Do I think he's going to beat Max Holloway now? No. Do I think it's possible? Absolutely. But oh yeah, early prediction: Max Holloway round 3 TKO. Maybe round 2. Anyways, moving on to number 11, Marty Fake Snoozman. Why is he looking at me like that, bro? Marty Fake Newsman. Marty Snoozman, as Colby Covington would say, who retired also. Let me know if you'd like a video on that. Kamaru Usman, 5 middleweight title defenses, beat up Gilbert Burns, I broke your face. Colby Covington beat up Colby Covington twice. Dominated Jorge Masvidal twice. Whether it was stomping on his toes or knocking him out, it doesn't matter. That was domination. He was close. He was the closest to beating Anderson Silva's record before he got knocked out, before he won a fight and lost a fight in the same fight. He won 24 and a half minutes against Leon and then got put to sleep with a head kick, which is just insane. That fight is still insane to me. But he just came back recently. His win against Hamzat aged fairly well. Yes, there's the Strickland beating Hamzat. You got to think about how good Hamzat did in that fight as well. And then for Marty Snoozman to go to what I thought was a fairly close loss to Hamzat and then beat Joaquin Buckley with the wrestling is quite spectacular, man. I think Marty Snoozman is going to come back. I think he's going to beat. Okay, so with the DDP fight that's heavily rumored, do I think he'll beat DDP? I think it's a very close fight, just because of the wrestling. I don't know. I don't know if the wrestling of Usman is as specific as it and strong as it was from Hamzat, but 11 Marty Snoozman, very close to GOAT status in about 2022. But anyways, moving on. Number 10, Jose Baldo. Jose Baldo. He's the GOAT, man. He's awesome. He's he's the second greatest featherweight of all time. He's the third greatest featherweight of all time, in my opinion. But he's on the GOAT list because of all of his work, all his like 10-year unbeaten streak or whatever that was, all those WEC wins moving into the UFC. It's just great, man. Like Jose Aldo before Conor McGregor, and even after Conor McGregor, he beat, who did he beat after Conor McGregor for the title? Was it Frankie Edgar? Yeah, I think he beat Frankie Edgar for the title or something like that. And then before Conor McGregor it was like Chad Mendez, and then he went down to bantamweight, lost to Peter Yan for the belt, and then beat up Pedro Munoz, beat up Marlon Vera, then he beat Jonathan Martinez. And the Mario Batista fight, Marab fight, we don't have to talk about it. Volkanovski essentially did the same thing, but no one's gonna say that because they love Volk. But yeah, Jose Aldo number 10. He's honestly one of the greatest featherweights of all time. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He deserves to have like recognition for what he's done for this sport. Anyways, Khabib Nurmagomedov, 29-0, the Eagle, beat Regent Ally Quinta, beat Conor McGregor, beat Justin Gaethje, beat Dustin Poirier. Three of those, I'll let you decide which three are good wins. Poirier was doing all right in the fight. Then he got subbed, obviously. Almost got that Gilly. Don't be silly. He was too silly, and he jumped the Gilly. And then the Conor fight, obviously what happened, he beat up Conor, subbed him, spat on him, jumped into the crowd, fought Dylan Dennis for some reason, got fined $500,000, couldn't fight, and that's when he fought Dustin Poirier. Then Justin Gaethje, who arguably took the only round off of Khabib, but I don't think he did. But it's just Khabib's quality of wins that bring him down for me. Like I don't think Conor and because Conor was never. I know I had him at like what number 13 or 12 or something, but I just I just don't think he was that good. Because man, yeah, I don't think the Conor win was that good. Dustin was all right at the time. Justin was good at the time. And winning the belt off of Al Iaquinta and almost losing to Thiago Moises, it's just not a good look to me. Not a good look. But Khabib, for what he did for the sport, 29-0, undefeated, 3 defenses, he's got to be up there. Moving on. Number 8. Elio Aptoro. Top Toro. Yeah, man. Ilya, he questionable title wins. Not questionable in how he won, but questionable in the state that the others were in, specifically Vulcan and Max. Max came down for 1, 2, 3, 4 months after he fought at lightweight. He cut all that muscle to come back down to 145. And he still did pretty good against Ilya before he got finished. And then Volk also did pretty all right against Ilya. It was like less than 6 months after that head kick knockout from Islam. But then again, he also title shot off of beating Josh Emmett. Granted, it was dominant and it was like a 50-42 or whatever. But like Josh Emmett, no, not it. But yeah, Ilya Taporia beat Volk, Max, and Charles, which is arguably the best back-to-back-to-back wins of all time, in my opinion. But yeah, Ilya, if he beats Justin, he'd go up to like 5. If Justin beats Ilya, he's got to be like number 10 all time. That'd be insane. Holy cow. But yeah, Justin or Ilya Taporia, number 8 for all he could be like a number 6. I'm not going to lie. I also don't like Ilya that much personality wise, but that's besides the point. Moving on. Look at that fat black Santa Claus. But DC number 7, Daniel Cormier, double champ, light heavyweight and heavyweight, second best heavyweight of all time, like fourth best heavyweight of all time, second best light heavyweight of all time. I also take that back. Jesus, third best light heavyweight of all time. I need to fix my list, man. Actually, no. I'm standing on my stuff. I'm standing on my business. Daniel Cormier, number 7, beat Derek Lewis, went up and beat Stipe, beat Volkan Ozdemir. No contest against John Jones, but like obviously he popped and everything, and there was all that. But DC, he's the GOAT, man. He's an awesome guy. He's a great commentator, great light heavyweight. I think the wins over Stipe are the best, in my opinion. The wins over the guys like Anthony Johnson and like Volkan Ozdemir at the time was pretty good. Derek Lewis, he beat Stipe. The Stipe win is what's carrying him a lot here. But yeah, number 7, DC. He's a great guy, great fighter, funny guy. Now this guy I could talk about forever. Alex Pereira, number 6. He is the second best light heavyweight of all time. He's arguably like top 4 middleweights of all time, just because he would be like 1 or 2, but he doesn't have that many fights at middleweight. He comes into the UFC, beats these 2 randoms, one of them by like flying knee, and then gets jumped up to fight Sean Strickland, knocks him out. iCarly Strickland made the whole meme. Then he fights Izzy, and in like this huge big rivalry fight, knocks out Israel Adesanya to earn the middleweight strap. Get knocked out by Izzy, but that doesn't happen. And then moves up to light heavyweight, beats Jan Blachowicz in like a sus split decision. Maybe it was unanimous. I don't know. Beats Jan Blachowicz, and then proceeds to whoop up on Jamal Hill, whoop up on Yuri, whoop up on, oh my goodness, destroy Yuri again. Beat the crap out of Khalil Roundtree. Then he lost to Magomed Ankalaev, which wasn't a robbery, but it was like a close enough fight where I could have seen it scored either way. But anyways, then he comes back and absolutely decimates Magomed Ankalaev. Like, makes him reconsider fighting. And now he's going up to heavyweight to fight Cyril Gane, which I think is closer than people think, but I still think Pereira wins. But like the pedigrees, the light heavyweight pedigree, like beating Izzy twice, I think that alone, beating Izzy twice. Well, I mean twice, yeah, but not in the UFC. I think beating Izzy and then becoming the light heavyweight champ puts him up here alone. Yeah, I got Pereira number 6. Moving on. Demetrius Johnson. Number 5, Mighty Mouse. 11 title defenses. Beat Joseph Benavidez, beat Ray Borg, beat the GOAT Tim Elliott. Like, they were all good wins at the time, but I don't know. He's just he's kind of like Anderson Silva, just without the losses. Like he retired on I don't want to say on top. He lost to Henry Cejudo, but like that was a close fight, and they just cut him right after, which I think was really disrespectful. And Demetrius Johnson deserved more than that. And I think he's number 5 because of all of the wins, the way he won. He won by these spectacular finishes or like dominant decisions. Sure, he wasn't bringing a lot of numbers, but that's because people like weren't in love with the lighter weight classes at that time. They didn't really fall in love with the lighter weight classes until like Figgy versus Moreno quadrilogy. But also, hot take, I think DJ once Henry Cejudo moved up, I think he would have beat literally everyone up to like Pantoja. I think Pantoja would have beat him. But where was I? Okay, Demetrius Johnson, number 5. Moving on. Do you come from a land down under? Alexander Volkanovski, the great. Fought a couple months ago at UFC 325, whooped up on Diego Lopez for the second time. He beat Jose Aldo. He beat Max Holloway 3 times, 2 or 3 times, depending on who you ask. Beat Yair Rodriguez, beat Brian Ortega, beat TKZ, beat Diego Lopez twice. Like, all of these wins are great. Losing to Ilya and Islam are not nearly as bad as people think. 6 people that he would have beat if he kept fighting. Alexander Volkanovski is number 4 because all of the title defenses, all of the wins, all of the quality of wins, he came into the UFC and just whooped up on everybody. And I think he's number 4 because he can honestly still become double champ. I know he's like 40, but once he beats Movsar, and if Ilya moves up or Ilya moves on to something else, he could move up and beat like a Armin Saryuki. Could he beat Armin Saryuki? Actually, no. I think Volk would beat the flip out of Armin Saryukian. That's a conversation for another day. Anyways, number 4, Alexander Volkanovski, best featherweight of all time by a mile. Number 3, John Jones. He's the greatest fighter ever. No, he's not. He's number 3. Look at that big old belly right there. That's fake, guys. John Jones. I don't like talking about John Jones because he's just so. I have so many mixed opinions about him. Like, yes, there's all the wins. There's the fights with Gustafsson. There's the fights with Reyes that I think he lost. There's the eye pokes. There's the PEDs. There's the outside of the UFC stuff. But specifically talking about inside of the UFC, I think he's number 3 because he cheated. He used the PEDs. Without the PEDs, I still think he would have beat. I don't think he would have beat DC without the PEDs. I do think Jones would have beat DC without the PEDs. But I think Jones, I think he overstepped his boundary with the PEDs, and that led to him being liked less and less. But this isn't about how much people like him. He beat all these guys. He beat Shogun. He beat Rampage. He beat the GOAT Chael Sonnen. He beat Alexander Gustafsson. Did he beat Dominic Reyes? No, but he did on the scorecards. And it's the way he's winning, man. Like, he's winning so dominantly. He fought fairly often back then. Sure, he got some events canceled and like hit pregnant ladies, but that's besides the point. John Jones is number 3, and he's only going lower as the years go on. Moving on. Number 2, Islam Makhachev. When I was making this, I was so indecisive for my top 5. I think it could have gone any way. I think Islam could be number 1. I think Islam could be number 3. But I think he's number 1 because he's got the wins over. Was Poirier in his prime? I think he was because he had that whooping up on Benoit Saint Denis. He had just lost to Justin Gaethje, but we've seen how good Justin Gaethje is now. And then he went on to have a closer than anticipated fight with Max Holloway. I thought he was going to like get destroyed by Max Holloway like instantly, like round 1 KO. But had that war with Poirier, beat Volkanovski twice, which I think puts him up here instantly. He beat Renato Moicano, which is like the way he beat him is better than people give him credit for, because Moicano's like this Brazilian jiu-jitsu master, black belt, crazy guy, jiu-jitsu guy. And Makhachev had him tapping like instantly once that choke was locked in. And I like the win over Charles Oliveira. That's why he's better than Khabib all time, is because of that first title win. And sure, he has that one loss, but I'd consider that a fluke. And I think 9 times out of 10 he beats Martins. And now he went up and beat freaking Jack Della Maddalena, who just destroyed Bilal Muhammad, who beat up the guy that beat Kamaru Usman, who was like the second greatest welterweight of all time. But yeah, Islam Makhachev, lightweight GOAT, gonna be the welterweight GOAT. Maybe he even goes up to middleweight. I don't think he will, but Islam Makhachev is probably going to become the GOAT of the UFC, the GOAT of MMA, honestly. And now, undisputed, undefeated, 50-0, never lost a round, Chael Sonnen. Yeah, man. Chael Sonnen, he's the GOAT, bro. He's the best UFC fighter of all time. He beat John Jones. He beat Anderson Silva. He only tapped because he thought tapping meant you lost the round. He won that fight. You guys know I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. I can't believe I got you guys. You guys thought I meant Chael Sonnen was the GOAT. In my dreams. In our dreams, guys. But, yep, you know the deal. GSP at the 1. He's awesome, dude. Like, GSP is awesome. He's never fought anyone and lost to them without getting his revenge. Like Matt Serra beat him again. Matt Hughes lost to him, beat Matt Hughes. Like, GSP has 2 losses. He's avenged both of those losses. He has the quality of the wins. He has the quantity of the wins. He has like the name value. He's a double champ. He beat Michael Bisping. You can't forget that. He was in the Captain America Winter Soldier movie, which was pretty cool. He's Canadian, which makes him cool because my friend lives in Canada. But dude, GSP, his quality of wins is just insane to me, man. Like Josh Koscheck, Matt Hughes, Matt Serra was all right because he beat GSP. Nick Diaz, BJ Penn, like, did he fight Carlos Condit? I don't think he fought Carlos Condit. But like these wins, Nate Marquardt? No, not Nate Marquardt. But anyways, dude, GSP has these quality and quantity of wins that is just insane to me. He's undeniably the best UFC fighter of all time. But moving on from this, boys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Please like the video, comment down below, subscribe, share the link, man. Like, copy the link, put it on your Snapchat story, put it on your Instagram story, put it on your TikTok. Like, and go follow me on Instagram at John Connor Cuff, all one word, CONNOR, just like it's in the name of the video, name of the channel. Let me know video requests. I know y'all saw my poll on my Snapchat. You can add me on Snapchat, John Connor Cuff, all one word. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Comment down below if you have any opinions that you would like to debate me about. No interviews coming soon. Bummer, I know. I'm trying to get one together, boys. We'll figure it out. Anyways, I'm running it. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Be safe. Be smart. Make good choices. Peace out.